Good morning. My name is Chef Quinn, and today we're making velouté. Velouté is one of the 5 mother sauces in French culinary cuisine. Coming into the kitchen, I want to make sure that I have everything I need ready to go to function in the kitchen, and that includes having my personal mise en place: chef hat, chef coat, apron, kitchen shoes, my notepad, my calibrated thermometer, my pen, and my Sharpie. I've also read through my recipe to know what I need to do today, and I have all my equipment mise en place set out ready to go. I have my utensils here, my spoons, ladles, whisks. I also have a little bit of salt and pepper, and I have some of my ingredients already measured out. Velouté consists of a white stock thickened with roux. We're using the starches inside the flour to gelatinize in the moist environment to thicken that roux. Okay? The ratio of roux to chicken stock is going to be 1 pound of roux to 1 gallon of stock. I'm going to start with, if I were to make a gallon, 5 quarts of stock, because at the end, one of the things I'm going to do also is reduce it a little bit, back down to a gallon. Today I'm making 1 quart of velouté, so I'm going to start with 5 cups of stock. Roux is comprised of 1-to-1 ratio of clarified butter and flour. So doing my recipe conversion, going down to 1 quart of stock, I'm going to make 4 ounces of roux, okay? I have my butter on the stove at very, very low heat to melt. I do not want any bubbling or any movement going on in my butter, so I can separate out my water, my butter fat, and my milk solids, okay? I have my ladle here ready to go. My butter is melted, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to skim off those milk solids so I can get to my butter fat. Just so you know, whole milk butter is going to consist of 80% butter fat, water 16%, and milk solids. We want to get that 80% of butter fat out. I'm going to do that right now, and I'll be back here in a minute.
Go.
So I've discarded my milk solids, and I have ladled out my butter fat, leaving my water in the bottom of the pan. Okay? I also have measured out my butter fat because I'm going to make 4 ounces of roux, 1-to-1 ratio. That's 2 ounces of flour, 2 ounces weight of clarified butter. I'm going to pour that into my pot. It's already warm, so I don't need to wait too long for it to come up to temp. And I'm going to add my flour. I have my whisk ready to go. I'm going to add my 2 ounces of flour to my clarified butter, and I'm going to whisk. Clarified butter, flour in the pot is going to make our roux. We can either make a white roux, a blonde roux, or a brown roux. Blonde roux is just cooked for 2 or 3 minutes just to get some of the raw flour taste out. A blonde roux is going to cook a little bit longer, and some of the sugars are going to start to caramelize. We're going to get a little browning going on inside of our roux. It's going to take 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm going to let that go, and I'll be back here in a minute.
Oh.
So my roux is cooked for about 4 or 5 minutes. We have a wonderful aroma of hazelnuts coming up, and it's darker in color. It also has the consistency of wet sand. That's when you know that your ratio is good of clarified butter to flour. To my roux, I'm going to add my 5 cups of chicken stock, whisking as I go to incorporate all that roux. Then what I want to do is I want to put it on the stovetop, bring it to a boil, and bring it down to a simmer. What that's going to do is start activating the starches that are in the flour and get them gelatinized to start thickening my sauce. So I'm going to let that go. It's going to take about half an hour to thicken and reduce, and I'll see you back then. It's now been 30 minutes, and my 5 cups of sauce I've reduced down to 4 cups, 1 quart. I'm going to then strain it, cheesecloth in my strainer. I'm going to strain it into my bowl. And what I wanted to point out is this: consistency. A sauce. The term is called nappé. Nappé consistency. It is thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. That is what we're looking for right there. Final thing we're going to do to finish our sauce, after we have reduced and strained it, season it with a little salt and white pepper. Okay? Mix that up. And that can be hot held for service or cooled down in an ice bath down to under 40 degrees for storage for HACCP considerations. My name is Chef Quinn. Thank you for being here, and we'll have a good morning, and we'll see you tomorrow.